So this question, which is asking, is there a line that someone could cross that they're considered unfaithful, is probably one that all of us wonder about, Like, we want to be faithful. We want people to consider us the kind of person that they can entrust more responsibility to. As we disciple others, we want to see that in them. We want that to be seen in us. And yet we do wonder, where is that line? Can I cross it? I think we have to, first of all, state this, that there is no sin larger than the cross. So what's in our past may be horrendous. Our sin is great, but the cross is greater. And so the justification that Christ brings to those who repent and believe is bigger than any condemnation that the sin from our past may want to bring. So let's first of all rest in that. There is no sin larger than the cross. I think what we're asking is, are there consequences from my sin that may prohibit me from being entrusted with more responsibility or more leadership? Would that make me appear to be unfaithful in the present if a consequence from the past rises up to show that I had some bad days or have a history? I think at that point we have to remember what Paul said in 1 Timothy 3 to men who desired to be elders. And recall that in 2 Timothy chapter 2, Paul's explicit textual instruction is to Timothy to train up other men who could then teach others also. Actually, to train up other faithful men who could teach others also. So he's talking there about Timothy's role to train other elders. And so when he discusses what a potential elder looks like in detail, he uses a present infinitive. In other words, he says an elder must be above reproach, the husband of one wife, hospitable, not easily angered. And these are all what we'd call present infinitive words. They are in the to be form. So he's asking about their current situation, their current direction. Now, that doesn't mean that their past is of no consequence, because he asks them to be above reproach. So in some sense, he's saying that there's a good reputation and testimony about them. But that can happen even if years in our past something occurred or we committed a sin that we've dealt with and have resolved, have been forgiven. And so now the present situation is different than our past, even though that may be known. So I want to be clear here that when Paul is saying faithful men are the kind of men to whom we entrust leadership and more responsibility, and then he further defines that, he's asked, what is your current situation? Are you currently hospitable? Are you currently even-tempered? Are you currently generous? Are you currently the husband of one wife? And so he takes aim at their current devotion, their current direction, without disregarding what may be from their past that is causing them still to not be above reproach. Let's see if we can make this as simple as possible. If our unfaithfulness is in the present, then we've crossed the line. If we're still lingering in sin, if our devotion isn't aimed vertically towards Christ, then we're lingering in idolatry in the moment. And so that is an unfaithful lifestyle. We're not prepped for additional responsibility. But if it's just in our past, we've repented, done our best to make amends, resolve things, experienced Christ's sanctifying work in our life, and we're in a place where our current devotion and current direction is God-centered and gospel-driven, then no, there is no sin from our past that is larger than Christ's work in the present. And being presently faithful to obey the Bible is what God is looking for and what we should look for in the lives of other people as we are involved in discipling them.